What's going on, guys? So I'm gonna get straight into the questions. I don't want to waste anybody's time, and yeah, let me know if you have any more in the comments below. I'll answer them there. So first off, I just want to officially announce that I've joined One Up Nutrition. Obviously all geared out and everything, but yeah, so first thing I want to do is just go into why I joined them. I know one of the questions you guys asked me was, you know, what was it like to work with Alphalete and Ghost? And I mean, obviously it was a great experience. I got free stuff from both companies, so that was just a blessing in itself. Ghost Nutrition, I want to say, I was definitely just a winner they had to put up with. I wasn't really in any way affiliated with them. It was just kind of a prize, like, here you go, here's some free stuff for working with us. I do really support their supplements. Obviously they make great stuff, amazing flavors, but yeah, obviously I wasn't really a part of the team there. It was just kind of some prize for winning, which was of course awesome, but yeah, I can't even really say I got to work with them. There wasn't even really any communication. Of course, I asked if there was a code or a link, like I don't need to get paid or anything. I just want to show you guys I can be valuable to the team, and they just didn't respond. So yeah, again, I didn't really get to work with them, but still, of course, it was amazing getting free stuff, and just, yeah, that was a blessing. Alphalete, on the other hand, there was a commission link, which I was super grateful for on top of the free stuff. Only thing there is I wish we could have been a little bit better with communication. There was a gap of time where I would have just bought clothes myself, but they had told me that I was receiving stuff. So just a little bit of communication flaws. It could have gone better there. But besides that, it was really cool working with them. I wish I could have gotten to communicate and work a little closer to Christian. I just dealt with the manager, but obviously that's to be expected. But yeah, either way, super cool experience. Blessed that I even got to experience that. Now I'm actually still with Alphalete, but I'm not even entirely sure what's going on. Again, communication has been my biggest complaint with this whole thing. There wasn't any contract, there wasn't any explanation. It was just like I knew there was some kind of affiliate deal with both companies, and I just went with the flow. That was it, and I'm just still going with the flow and just using my commission link and working with them as long as they'll let me. Ghost, I have one more order, but yeah, I don't even really promote them. Obviously, since I joined One Up. So yeah, to conclude that question, working with them, great experience, blessing, awesome. Just wish there was a little bit better communication. That's it. So once One Up Nutrition hit me up, I was just completely honest with them. I let them know I hadn't really tried any of their stuff, so it wasn't something I could get behind. And they just sent me a bunch of samples, and long story short, I just loved everything I tried, and I just really looked forward to trying everything else. They have unique flavors. For example, I'm drinking the guava nectarine BCAAs, which are fucking bomb, by the way. I highly recommend them, and you guys would just really be supporting me, so really appreciate that. And of course, like, I've signed a 1-year deal with them, so guys, I'm stuck with these supplements for a year. I would not have done that if I didn't think they were of quality, and like, of course I'm not gonna support ship products that I have to use to my followers. Like, 1, I don't want to lose trust with you guys. 2, I don't want to be stuck with supplements I just don't enjoy the use. What's the point in joining a company for a year if I'm not even enjoying the supplements, you know? So anyways, really appreciate your support. My code will be right here, JFit20, and One Up Nutrition website, use that, get 20% off. And again, really appreciate it. All right, so now I'm just gonna be going through the comment section, answering all your guys' questions. So the first one is from Cameron. I vary my routine and change my diet to be healthier, yet I've seen almost no results. What am I doing wrong, or do I have bad genetics? So since you're saying you've changed your diet to be healthier, I'm gonna assume you're cutting, right? Because that's what everybody assumes. Oh, okay, I'll eat healthier and then I'll start losing weight. It's just not true. An extreme example I like to use to prove that point, like, let's say you're eating only broccoli, for example, right? If you're consuming more than you're burning in a day, more than your body needs in just broccoli, you're still gonna add fat, guys. Like, it doesn't matter what you're eating. That's why I really don't like the word, like, eating healthier. Like, health is a very fluid concept. It's more about how much you're eating as opposed to what you're eating. Now, obviously you want fruits and veggies, but saying that you've changed your diet to be healthier and you're seeing no results, to me just means you've changed your food choices, which is good. It can make a difference, but you haven't figured out how much you're eating and then made adjustments from there. So my answer to this question is you need to just figure out how much you're eating, right? Caloric intake and protein specifically, and then increase or decrease from there. If you're trying to cut, decrease. If you're trying to bulk, increase, and wait week by week, see if you're progressing, and then increase or decrease again. Like, simple as that. If you aren't progressing using this approach, then you need to make some small adjustments, see if that works, and continue on. Workouts is its own whole separate thing. Obviously you want to be periodizing your rep ranges. I'm not gonna go into that right now, but that's gonna be the main thing anyway, is the nutrition. Figure out how much you're taking in and increase or decrease that based on your goal. Second question, what are some of your biggest insecurities? I have to say my hair, I've always had thinner hair, and now I'm 24 and it's already thinning at the top. So obviously I'm inclined to male pattern baldness. I'm already on finasteride. And then I've always been prone to acne. I was on Accutane as a kid, so I'd say acne and my hair are my biggest insecurities, and of course calves. Next question, after reaching your goal after a bulk, do you maintain it for a few weeks or do you dive immediately to cutting? And I usually like to go straight into a cut. My goal is usually to hit a specific weight, or I'm just bulking for a specific amount of time, and then I just dive straight into the cut. I don't like to maintain it that much. I don't like to be above 12% body fat. I don't even like to be at 12% body fat. I like to be 8 to 10% ideally. So yeah, I don't like to maintain a bulking phase for very long, or my peak bulk weight for very long especially. My best tips to lose fat and build muscles, again, it's just gonna go back to nutrition. Always my #1 recommendation. Use the MyFitnessPal app, track how much you're eating, know how much you're eating, and adjust from there, increase or decrease, boom. #1 tip. Obviously you wanna be working out, you wanna be utilizing cardio if you're cutting. Even during a bulk, a little bit of cardio can be beneficial, especially for health reasons. But yeah guys, knowing how much you're taking in and then adjusting from there is the #1 factor that's gonna determine how much you're burning or how much you're building. Are there any foods you should avoid if you're trying to build muscle, and is it true too much cardio can cause you to lose muscle? So I don't believe in avoiding any food really. Like I said, it all goes back to calories in versus calories out. One thing I do want to say is that when you're bulking, you do want to lean more towards the higher calorie foods, lower volume. It's just going to make it easier on yourself. If you're eating 100% healthy foods, it's just going to be really hard to get in the calories you need to grow. And then vice versa for cutting, you know, you don't want to be eating really high calorie dense foods. You want to eat low calorie dense, high volume, so you're feeling full and it's easier to eat less calories. That's the way to do it. But in regards to actually restricting foods, I don't think you need to specifically restrict anything, but just be aware of the calorie load in each of the foods you're eating. I started lifting when I was 17, the summer between my junior and senior year. Did not take it seriously at all. Me and my friends just went in, did what the heck ever, and I didn't really see any progress. It wasn't until the start of my senior year that I saw my first real glimpse of gains, and I was hooked. However, the first 2 years I fell off repeatedly because I was just doing it to look good for girls. Like I would skip legs, all that nonsense. It wasn't until I made it about a bigger cause, about myself and helping others, inspiring others, and just not feeling like shit about myself. That was when I really stuck with it. I've been working out a total of a little over 7 years, but only a little over 5 years consistently. In that first 2 year period, I fell off multiple times. So I'm just like you guys. I'm just like a lot of people who've started working out. I fell off a lot in the beginning. It wasn't a love at first sight experience. It was something I just pushed through, and it wasn't until I figured out what it was all about for me that I actually stuck with it. Definitely just protein. Start with protein, incorporate one supplement at a time. I think protein, creatine, BCAAs, all three of those are just great go-to supplements. But like I said, incorporate one at a time so you actually see whether it's benefiting you or not. You don't just throw everything in and then you don't know what's working, you know? What's one thing that you learned when you began lifting that has stuck with you to this day? So one day that I will remember forever, went to the gym, no warm-up, nothing, went straight into incline dumbbells, grabbed the 60 pounds, which was heavy for me at that time, straight up into it. My left shoulder dislocates, pops right back in. I left the gym, and yeah, so that day I learned that warm-ups are crucial. Ever since that day, I'm telling you, I've never skipped a warm-up, and I highly encourage you to do the same. Warm-ups are crucial, guys. It's just gonna prevent injury. Like, take the extra 5-10 minutes warm up instead of screwing yourself. Like, I still have issues with, I never had it dealt with or anything, but I've always had issues with this shoulder ever since that's happened. And it's all because I didn't warm up. Like, how stupid is that? So yeah, just warm up. How did you and Gina meet? We actually met at the gym, and she was the one who approached me. So for something like this, I highly recommend CBDs. Again, I talked more about it in depth in my previous video, but long story short, it can really help with the quality of your sleep and just falling asleep. So CBDs, that's what I recommend. The link that I use will be in the bottom. So yeah, check that out. How is life living in Tampa? I love it here so far. Like where I'm at right now, it's gorgeous, and it's a 5-minute walk from my place. So it's just gorgeous everywhere. It fits my lifestyle a lot better. Since I've been here, I've already had like 5 photographers hit me up. It's just, this is just where I'm meant to be right now. So yes, love it. What's the best weekly split to follow, and what's the best amount of protein daily? So protein, short and sweet, just get in at or even a little over your body weight in grams of protein in pounds. So if I weigh 200 pounds, I want about 200 grams of protein. I like to shoot a little over that, more at like 1.2 grams per pound. In regards to the best split, I'm just gonna cover it really quick from beginner to advanced. So basically, as a beginner just starting out, you wanna stick to less volume per muscle group, but more frequency. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, full body split, different rep range each day. You know, move into a 4-day split, upper lower body 4 times a week, into a 5-day split, which I like doing upper lower rest, and then 3 days of hypertrophy. And then from there you can progress into hitting everything twice a week with a little more volume, utilizing the 3-day split that you repeat twice a week, like a push-pull legs or something like that. I mean, lower metabolism just means you're burning generally less throughout the day than maybe the average person at that weight. So simply, it just means you need to consume a little bit less or expend a little bit more, or like I always say, you know, find that happy middle ground. Is circuit training better than strength training for weight loss? I have to say yes and no, because although you are gonna burn more calories with circuit training, and I do like incorporating circuit training the leaner I get, it's not something you wanna just be hitting all the time, because we have to remember that muscle mass is the main factor in how much you burn daily. So circuit training isn't going to be the best way to build muscle mass and maintain muscle mass. So you want to maybe throw in some circuit training here and there, but I wouldn't say just focus circuit training, even if your main goal is fat loss. So when it comes to this, I'd say just start sooner rather than later. Like, don't wait for a specific time or a specific following. Like, even if you have 1,000 followers, you can start picking up clients right now. That's going to be great practice for you. You're going to start building up client transformations. And that's just the best way to start anyway, like having fewer clients, you know, while you're learning the process of everything, learning how much you can handle, and just moving up from there. You'll be able to focus a lot more initially on those individual clients and move up from there as you get better. And then, you know, as you start making more money, you can invest in programs and platforms that you can use to manage more clients. But I'd say my main piece of advice there is just start now, start working on those programs, start building your online clientele no matter what your following is right now. Just start going for it and just focus on the clients, focus on getting them the best results and doing whatever you need to do as a coach to help get them there. Do you have any other passions outside of fitness, any hobbies we may or may not know about? So, I mean, I'd say videography and photography has definitely become a bigger hobby of mine. I mean, it kind of goes along with my business and everything, but I've just found I'm starting to really enjoy it as I get better. Outside of that, I just play video games. Like, I can't even, yeah, that's basically it. All right, guys, last question and title of this video: how to grow your social media following. This is something I'm really excited to go into because I've worked so hard at this for the past year and a half or so. And now I'm at the point where I'm just about to hit 100,000 followers, which is just crazy to me. You know, I remember when I was fighting to get 5 comments and 10, 20 likes, man, and now it's just thousands, and it's a cool feeling. But what's even better is just the amount of influence I have, the amount of people who reach out to me on a daily basis, the amount of people I can help. It's so fulfilling, guys, and that's what I want to focus on. So whenever you're thinking about growing your social media following, I hope you're thinking about the influence and effect you can have on people, and not just the money or just thinking about the likes and comment. All that shit doesn't matter, and it's gonna leave you unfulfilled and unhappy. You don't need that. Focus on the help, focus on the work, and the difference you're gonna make. So I'd actually say that's piece of advice number 1 is focus on the value you're adding. That's actually what Christian Guzman said to me personally when I got to talk to him in his office, was focus on the value you're giving people, focus on how you're helping them, and the following will come. You know, if you're just focusing on the amount of likes, the amount of followers you're getting each day, that's not gonna lead you to a higher following. That's gonna lead you just feeling like shit. So 2, I'd say something crucial that a lot of people overlook is just knowing what the point of your page is, who you're trying to target. You know your audience, know what you're trying to put out there, know the story you're trying to share, whatever. You just got to have a point of what you're doing, and then make that the theme of your whole page. You know, people connect to you, people follow it, and that's why people follow you. So it just needs to be consistent. So I believe showing your personality, really promoting that message and focusing on a specific audience is another great piece of advice. And number 3 is engagement. You know, you want to consistently be making an effort to talk to your followers. You know, who are they? Let them know you actually care, that you're willing to take the time to respond to them, to engage with them, to go live with them. That's actually something I want to do more, is go live, but something I'm very good at is replying to every single person's messages. Like, I've hit up people who have around 100,000 followers or so and they didn't reply to me, and that just shows me how little they pay attention to their followers, because I have that same amount of followers. Like, I know, and I probably, usually somebody like this, like I have a higher engagement than, or at least around the same engagement. They might even have less engagement than I do. And I'm like, there's no way you couldn't take the time to answer that simple question, you know, like they just don't care about their followers. They're just in it for the money. So keep that in mind, you know, engage with your following, reply to all the comments, reply to all your messages that aren't pervs. And yeah, that'll help you a lot. And the other thing is just consistent quality content, guys. You know, always be focusing on how you can improve your content and invest in it. I'd say that was a huge move for me, was just, you know, investing in a camera. I started posting every day. I started putting out higher quality content. I started getting photographers or videographers, bought another camera. You just want to be making an effort to improve your content on a regular basis, and your followers are going to notice. And then finally, you're gonna want to make an effort to get some micro viral content out there. And I say micro viral because this doesn't need to be something that gets millions and millions of views, not even hundreds of thousands. Like, if you're an account that only averages 1,000 views and you're able to get a video that went a little bit viral and got 50,000, 100,000, 150,000, whatever, or likes, you know, you typically get 200 likes, one picture gets 1,000 likes, or 5,000, 10,000, whatever. Like, anything that kind of stands out from your average likes, comments, views, whatever, like that's kind of a micro viral post. So there are ways you can actually focus on putting those out there, and it's just paying attention to the trends, guys. Like, majority of my posts that went viral, you know, got over 100,000 views, got over 10,000 likes, got shared on a bunch of pages, whatever, those weren't just spur of the moment, like, oh my God, God has sent me a message. No, I was just paying attention. I saw, oh, this video did really good. Oh, that guy kind of did something similar. I can do something like that. And I just put my own spin on it, and boom, what do you know? Like, it wasn't like some just random deal. I just looked for it. I saw that these guys did that, it did really well. These guys did that, it did really well. And I did my own version, and boom. So that's another thing you can focus on that really helps. Like, I'm telling you, if you can get one post that gives you over 2,000 followers, that is huge. And that's happened to me multiple times from those little viral posts. Like, they don't need to go crazy viral, just a little viral, just get shared. And that's actually something you can focus on doing. You just have to pay a little bit of attention and make an effort to do it. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed, hope you got something out of it. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys next time. Also, buy some 1-Up subs, help your boy, and yeah, you'll enjoy them, promise.